50 is a mindfuck.
Hey guys, welcome to 50 is a Mindfuck, and today I brought my daughter back, singularly.
The favorite one.
We have a different subject to talk about because so much to talk about, especially if you have adult children. The boomerang theory of being a boomerang parent. And Talia, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back. Last time I did it, I had the best time ever. So
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You got the bug.
I did.
The podcast bug.
I did. I did not realize that I would be, I liked it. So I think I re-listened to the episode probably 3 times.
Yeah?
Yeah. 3 times.
Did you enjoyed listening to the story come together, or?
Yes. And it's like the weirdest thing to explain. I loved the story, and I loved all of us like collaborating together.
Mm-hmm. If you guys didn't hear it, I had both my girls on, and I gave them rapid fire questions on like watching me evolve, turning into 50, changing my life, doing all the things. Questions.
It was just like a regular lunchtime.
Yeah,
much, like it was. But it's cool because we weren't expecting those questions.
Right.
So.
I didn't share the questions with them. Mm-hmm. So like I think some of the questions were like, what did I do wrong, or what did I do right, or
which I kind of think you went like about that well, because it was like we couldn't like it wasn't like homework, we couldn't like prepare for it.
Couldn't prepare for it.
Yeah, but I just loved. I think like when you're doing stuff like this, it's just like blah, 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 like letting it out, and then you go back and listen, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I like it to be more organic. So we're gonna talk today. My sweet girl. I always say having adult kids is one of the most things you do. It's wonderful. My kids are my life. And anybody who says, oh, you say your kids are your life, they are. These are my reason for being. When I went to Japan, I got a tattoo that says Ikigai on the back of my neck. And this was in honor of my kids, good, bad, and ugly. And they're actually considering not having children because of the things they feel that they've put me through. Mm-hmm. Any of you guys that are parents out there, it's kind of like you can't love without pain. You just can't. So, but this is my middle child, my Switzerland, I'm going to do a quick intro, and then I want you to talk about yourself as well.
Okay.
But she's been through it. Put your back into it.
I've been pulled through a closed door.
You have.
Yeah.
And probably the kindest, sweetest human in the universe. And one of the things, I'm going to cry. Okay, wait a minute.
Thank you.
God. One of the things she said, and she'll get into this to her story, but the boomerang is the child that comes back home for a variety of reasons, whether it's cost of living, life change, divorce, whatever life brings. And it's, you guys, we talk a lot about like the expense of living in my real life, but she's been through it, which we'll get into. But she said to me one day, she said, Mom, like, why me? And it just broke my heart, which these tears will explain why that's so poignant. So you want to start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? I mean, because I already introduced myself last time. I hate you. I already introduced myself last time, but
it's been a painful. Wait a minute. What year? How old are you? 48? Wait.
Yeah. No, 29.
Okay, and then so you. All right. I'm just gonna quickly go.
I guess I'm gonna start from. I got married at 21.
Started dating that
fucking idiot. I started dating him when I was like 17, and at 21 he was military, and I was like, I want to get married, thinking like white picket fence, like all these things, like what we're supposed to do, you know what I mean? And so what happened was we did like a shotgun marriage pretty much.
May I interrupt you?
Yeah.
17, their attraction was palatable in the room. They hadn't even touched wieners yet. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just they had this great attraction. And he was a son of one of my good friends. And it was just an attraction, a love, or something that I had never.
You really think so? Like it was like a strong connection like that?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so remember, 17. She. I'm sorry, I'm interpreting longer than I should.
That's fine. You're good.
But I think it's important to where you wound up.
Yeah.
So she. They started dating. We were partying our nuts off and drinking and having fun. Just you were underage drinking, whatever. And one night you were sleeping over and you decided to go through his phone and discovered.
No, is this when I was in Florida? Are you there
when
yet?
you were dating here in Phoenix.
Oh, when he was talking to people behind my back?
Yeah.
I don't even, to be honest with you, as I go through these things now that I've healed, majority of it has been healed, I look back and I don't remember half of what, like half of what you're telling me. I
do.
I genuinely am like, oh.
Remember Fiona from Shrek he was banging?
Yeah. Yes.
So she found it, woke him up. They had a screaming.
No. That was
at
their house.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, that woman, we were laying in bed. I found it. I never trusted him, but I was in love and I was like, this is going to work. It's fine, And then I went through
God, girls are so dumb.
What a fucking idiot.
Why are we like that?
I don't know. So dumb. But yeah, it was like a whole screaming match thing. And like, I got angry and I found these things out that that was the first time. The second time was when I heard that he had sex with the same person, I think, in his car. And I still was like, I love you. Like, I love you. Let's sleep together tonight. And that's when I lied to you about going to see Ryan. But you know what I mean.
Can you bleep that out, gentlemen? Thank you.
I'm going to see him. And like, you knew I was lying the whole time. To be around him. But like, we always were like, would sneak and like be back to each other, yada, yada, yada. So
after you'd broken up?
Like we had space in between and then he would date other people, like whatever. And then we'd like come back together. This is from what I remember, mind you. But, so got married at 21, stayed together for about.
You have to go back.
I don't remember all of it.
Okay. So bear with us, you guys, because this is a shotgun wedding question, not pregnant, but quick questions. Yeah. So they broke up. He went in the military. They were broken up. I knew they were talking. She didn't. She's like, Mom, I'm going to go to school in Santa Barbara.
No. But that was not part of the reason why. I promise you.
Okay.
That's because my poppy died. My mom's dad died, and it rocked everybody. And she had this money saved for each kid. And I was like, I want to do something crazy. Everything on Poppy, I did not go there for that. I went there. We coincidentally promised.
Because he was at Pendleton.
Yeah, he was at Pendleton, and I was in Santa Barbara. And we rekindled at that time, I think. But I did not move there for this person. Fuck no.
Okay. So they get back together, and they come home. And I'm going to skip quickly. Basically, her sister goes, if you don't tell Mom, I will. Go.
Forgot about that too. Wonderful.
You were 21 now.
I don't remember what happened, but I want to skip to when we were in across the nation.
Okay.
From you guys.
Okay.
So he had gotten out of the military, and his father had a car dealership in another state. And so he was like, when I get out, we're moving there. I have a promised job. It's going to be great. And I was young and I was like, okay. But like I was leaving my family. So that was ultimately super shitty for me. And it showed down the line, which I'll get into. So we moved to Florida. COVID happened. And moved to Florida. I thought everything was fine. I thought I was doing everything that I needed to do. But at that time, I was away from my family, who is like my everything, like my rock. And I moved there to sacrifice for him, as
which we do as women, yeah.
As we do.
Oh, jeez.
And it just showed. It just showed in my actions. It showed like what it's done around the house. Like it just showed. And I was still young. Like to live in a home, have a husband, like do all these things. And I started noticing things were like really odd. And like I said in the past, I had checked his phone and things were kind of just, I always found something. So one night he had called me and it was very weird what he said. He was like a cop. I took a hit of a vape. I thought it was a vape, but it was actually weed, and there was a cop behind me, and I'm like freaking out. And I was like, okay, why are you calling me to tell me this? Like, I just made dinner if you want to come home. He was like, oh, I just went out with some friends, which I was like, oh my gosh, we're new in Florida. Go be with your friends. I think that's amazing. I'll make dinner. Woohoo. Like, that's great. And so he comes home. A few days later, I'm like, this is fucking weird. And so I take his phone, and I think I am so smart for doing this so quickly. I think it's such a good idea. But I looked in his emails. Nothing in his text, because what? You're going to delete your text, but you're going to delete your emails. Men are stupid. So I go in there and I see a confirmation for a hotel stay. And I was like, really? So I sit there with my phone, I have his phone here, and I put it down, and I close all the tabs, like, so there's no proof that I looked through his emails. And I like shook him, and I go, okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you. Hang up the phone. Fake. I was not on the phone with anybody. And I wake him up and I go, why did a hotel just call me asking for the last 4 digits of my card?
Brilliant.
I'm so fucking smart.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't have a confirmation. Do you have a confirmation? He was like, oh, I don't think so. And I was like, okay, well, why don't we look? Because like I knew it was there. Yeah. So I pull it up and I go, that's interesting. I'm going to leave. I'm going to see you later. Because if you don't tell me what this confirmation hotel room is for, I'm going to go get one of my own.
Question. Was that when I was there with my friends?
That was shortly after. You came back.
Okay. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
These guys planned on getting married without telling any of us here in Phoenix. Going back to what I was telling you guys about how her sister said, if you don't tell Mom, I will. They had to come to me and tell me they were getting married the next day at the Justice of the Peace, and I was friends with his mom, and I was forbidden.
I was not going to not have my mom there, by the way.
Right.
He did not. He chose not to, but I was not going to not have my mom.
So I couldn't tell anybody. I told their dad, of course I'm going to tell. Mm-hmm. But I had a day to.
It was a day's notice. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you are. So I had to interject that. So she was just 21. Then now you fast forward to Florida.
Okay, so now in Florida, as I was asking him about the confirmation on his phone, he goes, I don't know, am I allowed to say like what he told me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Say everything.
I think you should do like a little disclaimer or something, like anybody who has sensitivity around this.
Trigger warning.
Yeah.
Trigger warning, guys.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
He told me that.
Trigger warning.
Yeah. He told me that he got a hotel room because he was going to kill himself, and had a gun and everything, and told me like he was contemplating what he was doing. So obviously from there I was like,
oh my God,
I'm gonna vomit. You know,
yeah.
I felt like I wanted to drop to the ground because I was like, oh my God,
my husband's sick.
Not even that. I was just like, I'm sorry. That was my first reaction. I was like, I did not realize you were so sad. I thought that I was doing everything that I needed to make you a happy person, but obviously like it wasn't. So anyways, I spiral. I call the suicide hotline.
Call
on the phone
me.
with them.
Mm-hmm.
I call off work. I was freaking out. I call my mom. I had nobody out there other than my in-law and the brother. But I don't even know if I think I did tell them or I didn't. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so fast forward, this was all a blur, but I think we decided to split.
We all flew out there. I called his mom.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God. We flew out there.
She didn't know, right? Or did you call her?
I called her. I said,
I called her.
Somebody. We flew out there to get a gun safe, to protect his mental health.
Yeah. Like do all these things because we were like, oh my God. Like I called to places for like to check him in, like things we need to do to save this person.
That a wife would do.
Right. But then I didn't realize that he wasn't mentally ill taking his life. He was mentally ill in another way. And this is what I mean. Yeah. He was mentally ill in the way that after I had came home, I just like dropped to my knees to my mom. And I was like defeated. And the first thing I brought back home was my dog Jackson, who we got when we were together.
Back to Arizona. She
Back to
called me. She
Arizona.
goes, "Can you buy me a ticket?" And I said, "Done."
And then got my dog shipped out. He was the first thing I got back out here before my personal stuff, because that dog saved my life, I swear. But a few weeks later, maybe a few months later, I knew I was like something just weird, just fucking weird.
Are you like 22, 23 now?
I think I'm like 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm like 22. But then I remember I was laying in my new boyfriend's bed at the time. We were just scrolling. And I see a picture that his stepmom, which there's a whole nother thing I have on that.
Oh, some juice there, you guys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. But then I see that he is with his ex-girlfriend. Pretty much I saw on Facebook that my ex-husband's stepmother posted a picture of him and his ex-girlfriend at the time when he had me. And they were together, fucking jolly on a boat. And I was